Welcome back, viewers. It is still the AIDC, the Advanced Inter-School Debate Competition, brought to you by TSL Nigeria TV. Now, as of last week, the first round of the competition was held, and we experienced absence from one school, which is in Magoro College. And at the end of the first round, another school, Idia College, was eliminated from the competition. But there's been a twist. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to announce to you that Idia College has been put back in the competition to fill in the slots of the absent school, and thereby giving them another fighting chance. Congratulations, Idia College. I hope you're prepared for this round. A round of applause for that. Now, to do a quick reintroduction of the judges, our first judge for today, we have Mr. Jack Obinya, who is the chief editor of OB3 System Media and a social media influencer. A round of applause for him, please. And our second judge for today, Ms. Amafe Jessica, who is a political analyst, an advocate for good governance, and a social media influencer already. And we have Mr. Fares Okpere, who is the director of New Media at Edo State PDP, and also a social media influencer. A round of applause for him. And last but not least, for today, our judge, we have a Reverend Leo Olu Martin, a human rights activist, who will be our last judge for today. A round of applause for him. And now for our representatives from each school. We already know the schools that's participating in the debate competition. We have AGGS, that's Anglican Girls Grammar School. We have Itowan Girls Grammar School, Idia College, Igbenejam Education Center, and New Era Secondary School. Now, from Anglican Girls Grammar School, we have Faith Nosamudiana. Please, a round of applause for her. For Itowan Girls Grammar School, we have Friday Sandra, who's a representative and a speaker for Itowan Girls Grammar School. Round of applause. And for Idia College, we have Clarissa Sadua. A round of applause for her. And then for Igbenejam Education Center, we have Emanuela Aje Ige. A round of applause. And last but not least, we have Precious Odaru for New Era Secondary School. A round of applause for the representatives from each school. It is not easy. And I can see they're all girls. I see feminism is taking over. Before we go to the first speaker for today, the debate topic, first of all, is Godfatherism, a strength or threat to democracy. Now, three of these schools will be speaking for the motion, and the motion, the speaker have each to give us their argument, and the criterions remain time management, validity of points, composure, and appearance. Now, I'm going to hand over the mic to one of our judges who's going to address the schools briefly. So a round of applause for, as I welcome Mr. Jack Obinya.
Thank you very much, and welcome everybody once again. There's just one thing you guys should know is, as judges, we are meant to be very, very strict. No room for favoritism and all that. We just noticed that we needed to address the issue of late coming, yeah, because people, we all left our commitments to be here to make sure to make sure to the success of this event. So what we didn't appreciate was the fact that one of you came late. So we're not going to be tolerating this, and I already discussed with my colleagues that we will think of what to do about it, but it's definitely not going to be going unpunished anymore. So you guys should please take note of that, and I wish you the best today, yeah?
A round of applause for that address. Now, without further ado, I'm just going to go straight to call the first speaker, which is from Anglican Girls Grammar School. Faith, please come to the notion. A round of applause as you welcome her.
Good day, panel of judges, moderator, and all other protocol observed. My name is Egawa Faith Samundiana. I am a student of Anglican Girls Grammar School. I am supporting the motion that says Godfatherism is not a threat, but strength to democracy. With the following points of mind. Who is a godfather? A godfather is an individual that is influential or pioneering an event or an organization. What is Godfatherism? Godfatherism refers to the situation where a big man that is influential anoints a godson who he adopts as the candidate of an election and does all that is reasonable possible to make him win the election and get to a political position. Why Godfatherism is not a threat, but a strength, empowerment. Without godfathers, democracy cannot run smoothly. In democracy, there are some forms for some elections that are up to 50 million naira. These godfathers, they support the candidates. They help them in their elections and their campaigns and rallies. There are some godfathers in Nigeria that are well known. They are guidelines, they are leaders, they are teachers that help becoming up political leaders and youths to lead this country, another country, into a better democracy. Examples are late Chief Tony Aneni, Adam Sali Oshomole, both of Edo State, Saraki of Kwara State, Tinubu of Lagos, and so many others. These are political godfathers that have done well and are still doing well. Family and community upliftment. With godfatherism, a family can be uplifted. It brings employment to the family. It gives them connection. It helps them to bring food to their table. Godfathers make sure that the dividend of democracy gets to the grassroots. Take Auchi for example. Go to Auchi today. There are good roads, underground drainage, pipe water, good electricity. That is what Godfatherism can do to a place or a community. Godfatherism can change nobody to somebody. It can change nothing to something. That is what Godfatherism can do. That leads me to my third point, social development. Through Godfatherism, Edo State have benefited. Many states have benefited. Edo State have benefited in the construction of Abrusali University, a state university, and in the construction of University of Iyamo, another state university. Edo State has also benefited when Tony Aneni was the Minister of Works. That was when the bypass of Benin was initiated. Godfatherism is not a threat, but a strength to democracy. They help, they lead, they teach, they are role models. They create way to a better democracy. Thank you.
I can see you did your research. And right on time. A round of applause for her, please. Now we're just going to move straight to the speaker from Itoan Girls Grammar School, Friday. Sandra, can we have you?
Good day, the organizers of this program, the moderator, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm Friday Sandra Osnobo, a student of Itoan Girls Grammar School, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states that Godfatherism is a threat to democracy. Before someone dismisses the concept of Godfatherism as a threat to democracy, let's remember that politics itself is not a gentle game. Rather, it's a game of the survival of the toughest, the wildest, and the fittest. And as a result, it is referred to as a dirty game by so many. Therefore, I submit to this House that no political aspirant hopes to achieve any success in the nomination and electoral contest without relying on the strength and muscle of a godfather. Secondly, the advent of Godfatherism dates back to the First Republic, when leaders like Obafemi Awolowo of NCNC, Nnamdi Azikiwe of NPC, and Ahmadu Bello of AG, the then three major political parties in Nigeria, carefully and meticulously cultured godsons, as they were persuaded would advance the cause of this great nation, Nigeria. Yes, my opponent may hammer strongly on the negative side of Godfatherism, as in hijacking of the whole electoral process and eventually the government. But I beg to differ, in the sense that the idea of Godfatherism is for first and foremost mentorship. Secondly, it's for guidance. Thirdly, for benevolence. Fourthly, for counseling and sponsorship of young, promising political aspirants who may not have enough financial strength to stand up to the electoral process. Let's take the case of Goodluck Jonathan as an example. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, would have not become a president if not for the help of his godfather, Olusegun Obasanjo. And it's a well-known fact that during his tenure, to some extent, he did very well. So to say, without Godfatherism, young political aspirants have no chance of contesting in an election without relying on their godfather. And so, Godfatherism in its beautiful sense is a traditional search for a father, in quotes, to help promote and project the aspirations of young and dynamic leaders in this well-known game of politics. Thirdly, Godfatherism strengthens democracy in the sense that it helps to resolve crises which may arise between political parties. But in the absence of these godfathers, such crises escalate. Therefore, godfathers are politically experienced. Thank you.
An amazing one from Itoan Girls Grammar School. That was a beautiful argument. A round of applause for her, please. Now, without further ado, I'm going to call on our speaker from Idia College, Clarissa. Can we have you? A round of applause as she comes on.
Political godfatherism can be defined as an act in which someone who thinks he is influential, powerful, and popular, you put another person in a political position as a disguise to govern or control that political seat. With this, I say, good day, moderator, panel of judges, co-debaters, and the audience. Stand up before you is a bona fide of the Great Idia College Senior Secondary School. My name is Seidu Clarissa Voidoya. I am here to support the existing motion which says that Godfatherism is a threat to democracy in Nigeria. I maintain my stance in this debate with these few but valid points of mine. First and foremost, violation of human rights. Citizens are no longer permitted to choose those who will govern them. The godfathers use their wealth to influence the decision of the INEC officials to favor their godsons. Average Nigerian citizens with good intentions are now scared to come out to contest and vote in elections because they know that their vote won't count, thereby leading to political apathy and violation of human rights. Godfatherism leads to a situation whereby the desires of the masses are not satisfied, rather the desires of the godfather. Moreover, a godson cannot go against the godfather. Godfatherism obstructs credible, free, and fair election in a nation because the people no longer trust the decision of the INEC officials because of godfatherism. Godfatherism brings about mediocrity and takes away meritocracy. The best are no longer choosing, rather the most preferred. Godfatherism brings about a situation of no development, as can be seen in Kwara State. After Dr. Abubakar Olukola Saraki has successfully turned Kwara State politics into a family business, he removed all the past governors, he instilled his own biological son, and today Kwara State is a dried zone. I know some of you will still like to come here and say that they need guidance, but is it not better to be without guidance than to be with a selfish, corrupt guardian? Anyways, if you still wish to come here and say that they need guidance, your sins are forgiven. With this point of mind, let us show Godfatherism the red card. I remain Seidu Clarissa Voidoya, and I have come to make on common sense. Thank you.
Oh my God, this is no longer child's play. This is no longer child's play. She just, I can see your blood is boiling. Calm down. Okay, now guys, viewers, we're going to go on a very short break, and when we come back, we hear from our two speakers, our fourth and our fifth speaker for today. So let us breathe as usual. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. It is still the AIDC, the Advanced Inter-School Debate Competition, brought to you by TSL Nigeria TV. And now, without further ado, I'm just going to call on our fourth speaker from Ibenejom Education Center, Emanuela Ade Ige. Sorry for the pronunciation. Please, can we have you? Thank you.
Good day, the moderator, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, my fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adege Emanuela, a bona fide student of Ibenejom Education Center. I am here to support the motion which states that Godfatherism is a threat to democracy. Godfatherism is a form of political corruption in which an influential member assists someone to climb to leadership. On the 14th of October 2015, Ayomi Vic defined Godfatherism as a situation in which someone with influence, power, popularity, and finances put someone in a political position as a disguise to govern or rule that political seat. Thus, we can say that godfathers are political gatekeepers that dictate who rules in politics. Godfatherism is happening all over the world today, and it has become a form of societal undevelopment. Godfathers are Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Godfathers have absolute power to decide who gets elected, and this Godfathers have absolute power to decide who gets elected, and this has led to the underdevelopment in some societies. This is because the things that are beneficial to the society have to go through the Godfathers, and most of them usually do not care about the development of the society. Godfatherism is a kind of oligarchy which breeds underdevelopment in the society where they are ruled by the selected few. This directly or indirectly kills democracy. Take, for instance, the situation of the recently held elections in 2019 in Lagos State, where the incumbent government was voted out at the will of the Godfather in the primaries of the election. In this, democracy has lost its essence, beauty, and dynamism. Godfatherism is a bondage, and what is democracy without freedom? Can there be progress without unity when only one man decides for everyone? Panel of judges. Godfatherism is not just a threat to democracy, but a threat to humanity.
A round of applause. A round of applause. That was a really good one. There's tension in the air, so everybody should just calm down and breathe. Now, I'll just call on our last speaker for today from New Era, which is Precious Odaru. Please, can we have you?
Political godfatherism is one of the factors that has embedded. Political godfatherism is one of the factors that has embedded democracy. Hence, godfatherism has become.
Who is in charge of giving these girls hugs? There's someone.
Come.
And you're seated.
Just chill, relax, okay? We can do this.
You're fine. You're doing
Fine.
well, okay? Just don't worry. We don't even bother about the time. Start again.
You still have time.
Start again.
Take a deep breath.
Political godfatherism is one of the factors that has embedded godfatherism. Godfatherism has become a scary opinion in Nigeria. With this, I say, good day, Honorable Mr. Moderator, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my listeners. My name is Precious Odaru. I'm a bona fide student of the Great Institute, New Era College. I'm here to support the motion which says Godfatherism is a threat to democracy. Godfatherism has been a threat and will never be a strength to democracy because it has worsened the socio-economic conditions of Nigeria. The phenomenon breeds political corruption, widens the gap between the rich and poor, and has increased unemployment in Nigeria. Using Nigeria as a case study, it has led to the eventual scrap of political parties, created room for chaotic arguments, and make these parties lose in the election. Godfatherism in the political democracy is characterized with rigging of election, political violence, bribery and corruption, insurgency, nepotism, tribalism, and religious disputes. Godfatherism is also responsible for the distorting of effective political parties. I think adequate steps must be taken to put an end to this issue of godfatherism for the purpose of optimizing the division of the distribution of democracy. Godfatherism in the Nigerian politics has eaten deep into the nature, space, and economy. It has led to political slavery, perpetual leadership, and dogmatic citizens. The Anambra crisis that erupted between Chris Ngige and his supposed godfather, Chris Uba, is a testament to this nation. A concept of governance that forces citizens to accept parents as godfathers who eventually become users in office. However, in conclusion, we as citizens must begin to eradicate these menace that has eaten deep into the nature's political structure. We must begin to emancipate ourselves from the belief that constrain others. I ask this intelligible question. Do these godfathers have integrity? Do they have the capacity of effecting change in a country? Are they committed to the nation's upbringing? If they do, why is the country not flowing well? Why is the economic system of this country so poor? I leave that question for my opponents to answer. We as citizens must begin to ponder on this question and make right choices based on the right answers. We will not be continually bound to the chains of godfatherism. I I think with this few points of mine, I know I had been able to convince you and not to confuse you that Godfatherism is really and indeed a threat to democracy. Thank you.
A round of applause again. So much passion in our argument. That was really good.
I also appreciate the capacity to come back. Yeah.
Yes. A round of applause for her again. And a round of applause for everyone else that has spoken today. You did so good. Now, for the sake of allowing our judges carefully compile the results, we've come to the end. We've heard from all our speakers, and we've arrived at that intense part of the show where we get to hear who goes and who stays. Now, we'll just leave our judges to decide for us, and we're going to go on a very short break. So stay tuned, stick around, we'll be right back. As you can see, the judges are still compiling the results, and the students are looking tensed. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. You did very well. I can see they're having a tough time. Okay, I would like to invite Mr. Jack Obinya to give us his observation about the competition so far. Please, let's have you. A round of applause, please.
Could I be doing this from a seated position? I think so, yeah. Yeah. They are getting me already. I should sit down, that's what she said. Okay, good. No, my personal observation, like I said at the very beginning, late coming, absenteeism and all that has been addressed. You guys performed generally well. Those who are going to make it to the next week just need to keep working harder. And whenever you're, because like what we noticed today, whenever you're short of, or you immediately have that stop, like up there in your head, like you cannot continue to say what you wanted to say because it's not coming out. You don't have to panic. You just have to relax, take a deep breath, get it out, and start all over again. The timing does not matter. Don't panic about the timing, because what you say very well in 30 seconds can make you still win a debate, provided you say it very well. That's the most important thing, not how much you say, because these are the things we also take note of. Huh? So I think the observer, Mr. Observer, will also say, okay.
I'm amazed. I'm really short of words. I can see that the panel of judges had a tough time, you understand, trying to score you both, because your points were all great, you understand, and some of you almost convinced me that Godfatherism is better in a democratic society. But yes, you understand. It's just that I feel that with some point that I heard here today, I just like, wow. I was telling him, I said, do you think that Godfatherism is not better? Probably it's not being used in a proper way, the way it should be. And my observation is this. I want to quickly address the teachers that is bringing these kids. Sometimes they can be tensed up, you understand. When you are in a hurry to bring these kids down here, when they get here, sometimes the things that they have rehearsed, it goes off immediately. That was the case of what happened. We witnessed from the girl from Igbinedion secondary school. It's not that she doesn't know what to say. Probably she's already tense. And when you are tense, please take a deep breath and give yourself, at least one of our moderators will just give you a hug and you start all over again. Good point. And I just said that people should keep it up. Can see future leaders all over. Thank you so much.
And now we're going to hear from Reverend Leo Olu Martins. We're going to hear his observations. A round of applause, please.
Well, let me firstly say that as somebody who has also been debating, I started debating in primary school, and then somebody who considers himself an orator, I was almost moved to tears by the sheer brilliance and then the energy, the conviction with which some of you passed your message. And if it was possible for me to clap my hands and feet, I would do so for all of you. So please put your hands together for yourself. Beautiful, beautiful. A lecturer called students and told them that you guys have been preparing very hard. If you don't write this exam, you still get a B. So how many of you don't want to write the exam? Half of them got up. And the man said, because you guys are serious today, whether you write the exam or not, you will get a B. More people stood up. Out of 25, just about 8 people still sat down to write the exam. And the lecturer gave them the question paper. When they opened it, what was written there was a line. That you guys believe in yourself that you can write this exam and pass gives you an A. Do you understand what I mean? For those who didn't write the exam at all, say whether you write the exam or not, you have a B. So what is the big deal now? So they left. For 8 of them that sat down, they opened it, and the lecturer just said, the fact that you believe in yourself to write this exam, you already have an A. So believing in yourself is all of the question that you need to write in this exam. So let me say that to all of you who are here. For believing in yourself, in spite of the fact that you stuttered, for standing out in your school to be the best, and then you come here to represent your school, and then you're telling the whole world, in spite of the mistakes that you made, believe in yourself, because we believe in you, and that's why TSL is giving you this platform. If there's a place outside of the sky, perhaps that is going to be your limit. So we're hoping that from this group of people, we'll have the next set of Okonjo-Iweala, we'll have the next set of ministers, and then perhaps from one of you, we may just have the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good one.
Thank you. What an amazing words of inspiration. Okay, without further ado, I'm just going to call on one of the judges to announce the results to us, because the results are ready. It is that moment. Please, Mr. Fares Opare, a round of applause as he emerges.
Thank you so very much. I must start by saying that you all did very well, excellently well. And without just that, they've said it all, so no need to repeat that. But let me go straight to the. I know you guys are expecting the results. Okay, I'll start with AGGS. You had a total score of 195, 195. Ito and Girls Grammar School, 245. Idia College, 203. New Era Secondary School, 211. Igbenedion Secondary School, 145. Okay, I will call the moderator to do the elimination.
Okay, at this point, we've heard the scores, and I'm just going to call on my amazing co-host, Joyce Chooks, to announce the results for us. A round of applause.
All right, so first of all, let me just say it's been amazing having you girls here. It's the second time we're having you. You were amazing the first time. You're still amazing now. And of course, all of you are winners. So I'm going to start with the person with the highest score, the school with the highest score. I think we should give a round of applause to Ito and Girls. It was amazing what you did here today. And Ito and Girls is closely followed by New Era Secondary School. And not to forget the amazing performance by Idia College. An amazing comeback from last week. The moment of truth. The school that will not be coming back next week. Is it GGS? Let me check. Is it Igbenedion? Is it Igbenedion? Do you know if it's Igbenedion? All right. The school that will not be returning next week. There's heat here. All right, I'm ready now. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Okay. The school that will not be returning. You're not ready. I knew somebody wasn't ready. Let's breathe. Let's take a break. Abi? You're right. Of course. And let's also remind you that we had Reverend Olu Martins today in the studio for one-on-one with Mr. Kewe Modukwe. It was a madness. Make sure you go on our page right now and stream it. I didn't even tell you, my name is Joyce Chooks. Okay, I'm ready now. The school that will not be returning, sadly, is not a GGS because they came out 4th position. I am so sorry, Igbenedion, you'll not be coming back next week. I am so sorry. Thank you so much for joining us. For the other schools, we will be expecting all 4 of you, all 4 of you next week Friday, promptly by 11. Please, let there be no late coming. There are going to be penalties for any sort of late coming. 11 a.m. sharp, yes? Yes? And of course, by next week, we'll be eliminating 1 more school, and that will take us straight into the finale. Now, in the finale, there's going to be a twist. So far, there's been only 1 speaker from each school. In the finale, we're going to be having 2 speakers from all 3 schools involved. That is giving each and every one more ample time to send in more points and drive home even stronger arguments. My name is Joyce Chooks. It has been an amazing time having you watch us go. Of course, having you. You guys are amazing. We're going to be here again on Friday. Thank you to my amazing judges. Thank you to our observer, Mr. Reverend Olumartin. It was amazing having you. We'll be here again on Friday. We have an amazing show coming up by 4:30 p.m. Music and Me with DJ MOG, and the process promises to be exciting. Have yourself a lovely weekend. Bye for now.